There is a mandate right now on the body of Christ, specifically with women, those who are building businesses, they're raising babies, they're running households. You are being called right now into more than what you are currently sitting in. And so I need you to listen up, share this live out if you know a woman that is currently in this position, because I need you to take heed and I need you to listen and to get into your position. So last night, God woke me up, right? And if you know, you know. A few years ago, probably around 2020, right before the pandemic, I started to realize, and even a little bit back before then, that I am very spiritually sensitive when I'm in tune, right? When I'm in alignment, when I am in intention, I am spiritually sensitive to God when he is trying to do something in the earth. When he is trying to prepare his people to do something in the earth, I'm very spiritually sensitive to it, right? I tell people that it is similar to being as uncomfortable to having on winter clothes in the summertime. Like your girl get real uncomfortable. I get real like, okay, God, like I feel like it's double dutch time, right? Like y'all remember doing double dutch? Like you trying to get ready to get in, and I'm like, okay, God, what is it? What is it? What you need me to do? And so I've learned how to lean into that more. And right now in this season, God is putting a mandate on his daughters, and he's telling you to move. But the reason that you are not able to experience your next level and what he is calling you to in this moment right now is because some of you have become so weary in your well-doing that it's not allowing you the ability to move. So again, God woke me up last night and I wrote down a whole lot of notes, right? And I really want to share them with you. I ain't got a lot of time. I got my babies coming. And I also want to, like, this is like the urgency that he gave me as he woke me up. And I really want to give it to you as he gave it to me. So one, he said a lot of you are getting weary in your well-doing, and he's calling you higher. You know he's calling you higher. You're sitting in the current fruit of another answered prayer, but he's trying to get you past that. He's trying to give you more than what he just gave you. Okay? But you have become so comfortable in being complacent and in the current fruit of your answered prayer that you're not moving. And he's telling you, I can do better than what I just did for you. That was just a taste, right? Ears have not seen, ears have not heard, and eyes have not seen. I can do better for you than what you have ever imagined for yourself, right? But I don't want you to get weary in your well-doing. I need you to stay in me, right? Stay within my presence. I need you to keep going, keep moving. And for some of you, this is not just this is not a physical relocation when I'm telling you to move. Now that's a word for somebody, okay? And I don't know who it is, but it's a word for somebody that physical relocation is your being called higher. You have to move out of your environment in order to get to that next level that God is calling you to. But for most of you, he's saying that it is an emotional relocation. It is a mental relocation. It is a spiritual relocation. He's calling a lot of his daughters back to him. Okay? But because you have gotten so weary in your well-doing, you're doing what God told you to do. You leaped into either whether it's entrepreneurship or you took that promotion or what have you. You're doing what it is that God is telling you to do. He told you to do. Past tense, right? He now needs you to keep going no matter what challenges are coming up, no matter what adversity you're facing, no matter how life is lifing you. He needs you to keep moving and to stop getting weary in your well-doing. Okay? He also told me that some of you have drifted so far away from the vision, the one that he gave you, that you're now just trying to hustle to a vision. And when I say a vision, I mean the one that your coach gave you, right? And that's why you got to be careful about who you're attached to and who's coaching you, right? Because if they're not tapped into the source, they can't be a resource in your life. So you got to stop hustling towards a vision, and I need you to honor your way towards the vision that God gave you. He said that so many of you are seeking these quick strategies and these quick wins. You're trying to DIY yourself to something that only he has prepared for you, right? And you can only get to it when you tap into him. And so he's saying that you keep investing your time, your money, and your energy into these 3 steps to do X, Y, Z, but you're so weary in your well doing that you won't even implement them. I don't know who I'm talking to, okay? But you won't even implement them. And even if you do implement them, you're still not going to see the type of fruit that it is that you want to see, right? Because I know a lot of us, and I have to put myself into this position because before Woman Evolve, I was doing this exact same thing, right? I was looking at the fruit of somebody else and like, oh, that looks good. Let me go over here and do whatever it is that they're doing, apply the strategy that they're doing to their life, to their business, what have you, and I'm going to reap the same fruit. But God is saying a lot of us, even if we implement those things that we think that we need, we're not going to see that same type of fruit because we haven't looked at the tree. We have not inspected the tree good enough to actually see that the type of fruit that we think that we want is going to leave us unfulfilled. It's going to leave us empty. It's not going to give us the freedom, the peace, the joy that we need, and that's in alignment with what he has for us. So God is telling you to look at the tree and to make sure that it is bearing the type of fruit that he has for you. Not necessarily the one that you have for yourself, but the type that he has for you. And he's also saying that in the off chance that you actually do start to implement these things, either they're not bearing the right fruit or they just won't bear any fruit. And you have to understand that if it's not bearing any fruit, again, look at the tree. God is not calling you to what somebody else is doing. He has a specific call for you on your life that you need to move in. And going into that, further into that point, he's saying not only have you drifted away from the vision and you're starting to hustle your way towards just a random vision, right? You have allowed so many people's fingerprints to take the very blueprint that is you. So now as you start to try to tap back in and try to do things that are in alignment with you, you got so many voices going on in your head. You got so many other people's strategies, so many other people's opinions, so much perfectionism and comparisons in your mind that you have fed yourself, that you are not able to discern and recognize what it is that God is actually telling you to do. And he's telling you that you have to move in this moment. I'm telling y'all, it was so clear when he woke me up yesterday. This mandate that is on us, you have to move. You have to move. So I see one of my babies coming, but I want to really quickly give you these 3 things that he told me to tell you. 1, he has not forgotten about you or the promise that he made you, but you're gonna have to move and actually meet him there in order to get to it. Number 2, he told me to check your attachments. I kind of mentioned this a little bit beforehand, but he told me specifically, some of you are being wells and some of you are being drains. And some of you have wells in your life and some of you have drains in your life, and he needs you to check your attachments and to see which one are you being and which one are you allowing people to be in your life. And then the 3rd thing he told me to tell you is to embody it. He said that gift, own it. He gave it to you. Own it. Some of you are treating your gifts like rental cars. You don't think that they're yours. Okay, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna lease this, or you really treat it like a lease. Like you don't think that that it's yours yet, so you have not fully stepped into it. And God is telling you to embody it. 2, he's telling you that all of your flaws, he needs you to bring them with you, bring them on the journey. That mess, he's gonna turn it into a message. Bring it with you. And 3, he's saying that you need to use it. He gave me 4 moves about 10 years ago, and I've been fully walking in them now. And these 4 moves, I'm gonna give you really quickly. And if you want to dive deep into that. I'll be doing a 4-part Mama Move workshop. The link is in my bio, but I'm gonna give them to you really, really quickly. And I'm gonna do some more lives this week going into that. But the first move is you have to move with intention and alignment. Got to do things in order. The second thing is you have to move out of the way. The third thing is you have to move towards the vision, the one that God gave you. And then the 4th thing is that you have to move in expectation. All right, y'all. One of my babies has pulled up, so I got to go ahead and get out the car. I love y'all to life. I will talk to you soon.